Right there, guys. So those of you that have been around for a while will remember that last summer I did a video every Sunday called Papertalk, and it's where we spoke about the Sunday papers, basically touching on anything that was Liverpool related. And I think it's time to bring it back with the transfer window potentially, or well, not potentially, it is opening with a couple of weeks' time, and we'll probably start seeing a lot more links with players for Liverpool and everything like that. So this morning there is a couple out there, like the L'Equipe in France is basically talking about Liverpool again, in this Lenny Yoro, who plays for Lille. They're basically saying here that PSG are starting to look away from this, as they think that they're going to get a bit more competition for the player. It goes on to say that PSG did try to sign him in the January transfer window for 100 million, but Lille wanted 100 million euros for it to happen then. They expect to get around 60 million euros for him right now. So I guess, the question is again, guys, I asked you the other day, do you see Liverpool going all out and buying a young defender for a significant amount of money? That there's two now that has been linked with us, and they're both up there with the money. It's like there's this Yoro kid, and then there's Pacho, who plays for, is it Frankfurt, I think, over in Germany. He has also been linked with us, and he's got a fairly big transfer, price on his head. And again, he's only a young one as well. So is this where Liverpool's potentially looking to put a fair bit of money in? And do you think that that is something that Liverpool should do, I guess, is what I want you to put in the comments down below. I will be probably covering this in the live as well tomorrow, guys, with the boys, just to get their point of view on it as well. So yeah, just let me know what you think on this. This Euro thing is definitely not going away. And then next up, guys, the Spanish paper, I think, or maybe it's the Catalan paper, AS. They're running with the story that Deco, the sporting director of Barcelona, is still got his eye on Luis Diaz. Obviously, we know that they have got money problems, let's just go on to say. But this does, again, it doesn't seem to want to go away, does this, guys, at all? It really doesn't. So it goes on here to say that obviously Deco apparently is a good Porto supporter. Bear in mind, guys, I've translated this from Spanish into English, so please just bear with me. He scored 41 goals and 19 assists in 125 games at Porto before being sold to Liverpool for 50 million euros. With the Reds, he has been somewhat more irregular, but he also signs good numbers, 24 goals and 13 assists. Arne Slot's arrival at Liverpool opens up a new scenario for the Reds. The Dutch coach and sporting director Richard Hughes plan for the next season with Michael Edwards, and Luis Diaz's future, according to reports coming from Anfield, is unclear. Laporta admitted in an interview at the end of 2022 that they already thought about him before going to Porto. At that time, we had just landed at the club, and the club's financial situation was difficult, and Liverpool beat us to it. And then they go on to say that last week, Mundo Deportivo, I guess that's another paper, claimed that he is the winner's most desired by Barca, and AS have been able to confirm that Deco likes him a lot. Deco meets with Luis Diaz's agents, and there's been speculation about a meeting in Barcelona last March. The representatives are Carlos van Stralen and the Portuguese Raul Passi da Costa, who works for Nome, the company that also represents Ruben Amorim, who sounded like a future for the Barcelona bench. Deco has detected a certain lack of character and winning instinct in a Barca squad that in recent years falls apart every time it suffers a knock. Hence the plan to bring in players with leadership to help win titles. One is Rodriguez and another is Luis Diaz. Deco has in mind a Barcelona with more physical power and more spice, something like the one that Laporta and Tiki built in 2004 with players like Eto'o, Marquez, Larenson, Eddie Nielsen, or himself, footballers with character. Goes on to say that if Liverpool were to give the green light, Barcelona will have to prepare for tough negotiations. In addition, the club is... What's it say? This is really bad English, guys. It says that Luis Diaz is valued at around 75 million euros, and it appears they would have to sell Rafinha, who cost 50, to try and get the money in to buy Diaz. And they would also have to move on Lewandowski. So, guys, I'll leave it there because it's going on about other players here like Nico Williams and Dani Olmo. So, I guess that sparks a question in my head straight away, guys. If we were to lose Luis Diaz to Barcelona, would you take Rafinha and a bit of cash in exchange for him? Or would you just want a straight cash transfer, basically? I know Liverpool were interested in Rafinha before he went to Barcelona. But I don't know if that interest is still there. Do you know what I mean? So it might be worth thinking about. So I guess there again, another question for you guys. Would you take Rafinha and some money in the Luis Diaz transfer? And then lastly, guys, just to touch on this one today, it probably might close this off, I guess, depending on how you see this. But Fabrizio Romano has touched on Koopmeiners, basically saying that we're seeing more links with Liverpool. But as I'm told, he's a priority target for Juventus this summer. And Juve are working on this. Let's see what happens at Liverpool. But my information is that there is nothing concrete so far. And we will see as soon as Arne Slot meets with the club's new directors. And that's that, guys. So, you know, I did touch on Koopmeiners a few days ago, I think now, basically saying that I can't see Liverpool wanting to sign him in regards to, we've got Szoboszlai, we've got McAllister, we've got Elliott, and we've got Jones, all players that play in a very similar role to where Koopmeiners plays. So that one is a little bit of a no-no for me. But again, as from Romano says, we'll have to just wait and see what happens with this one. It does look like he may stay in Italy. So guys, that brings me to the end of the first paper talk of this transfer window before it opens. I'll be back again next Sunday. And remember, guys, we do have a live stream tomorrow night at 7:15. Me and the boys are going to be on again. And I hope you could all join us, guys. But if not, the video will be on the channel afterwards. And I will also put clips out of the different topics that we do talk about. So, guys, until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.